Capricorn. Let's try this all over again, okay? Lisi the High Priestess, and you can find me on Lisi the High Priestess on TikTok for my other readings. You can find me on Lisi's World for my other talents. You can find me on Lisi.highpriestess86 on IG, okay? Lisi the High Priestess 2 por TikTok y YouTube Español para mi gente latina. YouTube, press like, subscribe, notification bell. With the notification bell, you can get my lives. If not, you have to wait 12 hours. I apologize if you caught my live yesterday. And I don't like people trying to reach out to me. I don't know. Not a fan of anybody trying to fucking fuck with my psyche. I don't like that shit. I'm just gonna say something, I gotta say it. I don't like people to try to abracadabra me unless that's what I'm there for. When I'm going through some shit, sometimes I respect my peace. I like my peace. Sometimes I like to deal with my shit by myself. How about you, Capricorn? You like to deal with shit by yourself? Smile now, cry later. I like to tell unique stories, so they will not resonate with everyone. But within the stories, I channel and I tell general messages, but I don't like it to resonate with everyone because it takes away from the story. You like a good story, I'm the one to watch. I am the storyteller, and sometimes I have bad days. Sometimes I have good days. Sometimes I have very sad days. Sometimes I'm an actual human being, and it's my channel. It's my world, your world. You have a world that you live in too, Capricorn. I'm not the only one that lives in the world. I just don't like when people watch my channel and then try to use what they know from me and try to I don't know. For some people, I can allow it, but not with people I don't want. And, in my space like that, you would know if I wanted you in my space like that. And I'm not reaching. I don't know. I feel like I'm being a bitch. Capricorn, you being a bitch. And it's okay if you are, because I feel like sometimes it's okay. It's okay to not want to talk to anyone. It's okay not to reach to anyone. Sometimes it's okay to have a bad day. Sometimes it's okay to have a good day, a sad day. It's okay. All right, that's coming from me because I was having a tough day. I kind of feel like restarting this shit because I felt like all negative Nancy and shit. Celebration, gifts, and abundance, but it came out reversed. Oh, but I did have the whole deck reversed, so we're going to take it. All right. That's funny. I've been these little candies. Trick or treat. What happened to your hand? Someone has a hurt hand. It looks like blood, but then it also looks like scabs. It also looks like when you're putting ground beef and spices together. Celebration, gifts, and abundance. You're getting prepared for the holidays. You could be decoring your house differently. Also, someone's going to get a gold ring in their middle finger. Okay. Or someone's getting their palms red as well. Okay, so someone could be a palm reader right here. Someone's hands can feel things. Like I said, this is not for everyone. I would like to tell stories. I don't need the whole world acting like they could just put their hands on someone and fucking and see shit. And they start seeing shit that ain't real. Fuck around and end up in the institution. Someone bleeds from right here. Every time someone channels through their palms, this certain person, our palms bleed. Mm. Also, someone, like I said, this is not for everyone. This is a fucking story. Entertainment purposes only. I have to be very specific because I don't like people taking shit too far. Okay? Someone cuts their hand right here. Two people cut their hands and they hold their hands together. They're making a pact, a blood pact. So someone did like a soul tie type of thing, a thing or whatever. To like a couple goes like this, they pronounce their love for each other or something like that. You guys getting as this is a spiritual ceremony between two people right here who are doing an actual blood pact. We're tied through blood. But this is like a different, this is a pact that two people do. They cut, I've seen it before in a movie too, where two people they cut themselves right here and then they hold. Where did we get that? Where does that come from? Let me look at it. What's the significance of why do people in movies cut their palm when they need blood? Becoming blood brothers. Okay, that's one of them. Uh, it's a long term injury. It says right here. These are rituals. These are pragmatic. They say they're the least spiritual, if not mystical, and rarely pleasant ones. And they're very dangerous. And it's blood magic. And it says to stop doing that. And it also comes to why is it that when people are enraged and stuff, they use their hands to get relief from emotional pain or pressure. It's an expression of strong feelings like rage, sorrow, rejection, desperation, longing, or emptiness. Damn, this shit is deep. There's a lot of meanings to your hands. You can find out a lot about a person just by reading their hands, including you could tell if they've ever had they've done a ritual like that before. By looking at their palms, then you know they've already messed around with what it says on Google, the lowest form of magic. Scars mean a lot. I'm not just speaking on palms, but if someone were to interpret palms, they would know what that significant symbol is, right? I would assume that if you are mastered enough, you would know that significance to that fucking scar, right? Also, a significant someone has a scar from touching a hot knob or something like that, or something hot. Someone picked up something really hot and they have scars from it. Their hands are scarred. The, the meaning behind it. What was happening in your life when that happened? Memories to that. That's a memory that's left in your hand. You never forget those kind of memories. You don't ever forget the scars that you have. Your hands are proof of it. I don't know why people do stuff like that, but apparently it's something they do a lot in the movies. So I figure if they do them in the movies, they really do it for real. It's almost like to prove your loyalty or something like that. Also, mixing genetics. Blood is our serum, it's our source of our spirit. Who's operating off of no blood? Everyone carries, our vessel carries blood. I often think that blood is the very reason why we're grounded to this earth, that chemical of this earth. You ever watch someone that doesn't have blood is not walking amongst us. They're floating. It's ethereal. It's that 1 ounce that leaves us. The actual flow of it in our body. Our hands get poked for blood. There's certain places in the body that you can find. Right here, when you're in the hospital and they poke you right here, and they poke you up here. And then we have important ones in here. And then there's a very important one right here. Right here. Someone, a phlegmologist or whatever. I can't say it. I'm always trying to say it. I start calling you guys different names. A phlegmologist or a phlogitis, a phlemingy, phalanges, phalangitis. It's the P word. We're bounded by blood. Also, maybe someone got these messages. You know, you could have been dreaming this and you've been trying to figure it out. Like, what's the connection of me looking at my hands and why was I bleeding blood? And why, like, because there's a certain disease, it's not a disease, but it's a certain, there's a movie on it. It's not, it sounds like a stigmatism, but it's stigma, I think it's called, or something like that. It's not stigmatism, but it's stigma is without the E, I believe. Certain cases, there was a woman, a female, who started to cry blood and her hands would bleed, and she said that she could see certain things outside, and so they went and they sent the because in religion there's different levels for different devils. No, but different levels of angels, different we have a CIA in every single organization, institution, religion, whatever, you know, the highest of the highest. And people that have forbidden knowledge that isn't to the public, they'll go out to investigate you. High priestesses as well. You do know, I've known plenty of high priestesses in my life that are not on TV at all. Honey, back in the day, they will come from different places in the world to see if you really got that, what we like to call in our culture, el don. El don es muy especial. El don is the third eye, the all-seeing eye. It's that pineal gland or whatever we got right here. Am I saying it right? Am I saying it right? Phlegmologist. It's probably what I'm going to call it. Phlegmologist. Phlegmologist. My friends always crack up when I say they know I can never get around. I'm like, yeah, 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 whatever it is. I can never get a career in this because I wouldn't even know what to tell you who I am. I'll be like, it's the P word. I would have to study it for a whole week. And I'll be calling everybody that name. I would have to break it down, but I don't feel like breaking down words right now. I'm breaking down my thoughts. I'm breaking down this message to you. Anyways, there is stigmas on it. There, if you really look on Google, they'll find you. They'll show you in places where they had people with that kind of condition crying blood. You know, there's certain rituals that they do out there in Asia. There's certain countries where they do these ceremonies and they cut themselves. I'm not encouraging this. This is actual history and it's part of a society and it really happens every motherfucking year. They do this every fucking year. They catch some kind of demon or something like that, or they cast a spirit and they just start doing outrageous shit. Like they start swallowing knives and they start like stabbing themselves and all kinds of shit in front of the whole town, dog. It's a ceremony. And they start fucking using like little weapons. And I'll be like, well, damn, I don't know what Holy Ghost he done caught, but I can't do that, homie. I just can't. It's not for me, dog. But I'm watching through Vice TV or one of these bloggers because that shit is fucking crazy to me. Like, what the fuck? Whoa, you know what I'm saying? Whoa. I found out a lot of shit through Vice TV. I was like, this shit is fucking wild, man. It ain't for me, dog. You ain't gonna catch me doing none of that shit. None of that shit. Somewhere out there, someone called me a pussy. And that's exactly what the fuck I am. I don't give a fuck. Fuck am I gonna be fucking mad about someone calling me a pussy knowing damn well I'm all of that, baby. I'm all of that. You motherfucking right. The fuck I look like doing some extra shit. It could be a dream. And if you ever had a dream like that, it is very prophetic. You should probably look into that, dog, because it might be telling you something. You have to be loyal to whatever it is that your purpose is telling you. And it was really crazy because that lady's life changed. There's a movie on it, I believe is Stigma. I believe that's the name. Please forgive me. These are like going into movies I watched as a child, dog. For real. I don't even know how I'm getting these downloads, but it is what it is. But connected through blood, connected through the same scar. Scars can have a lot of stories to them and a lot of meaning to it. Also, certain religions and certain beliefs and certain rituals, you can see the scars on it. And also understanding certain psychology on certain things, like being addicted to the knife. Being addicted to the knife is crazy because get introduced to those kinds of, that's a different type of ritual, even though it's science. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're always undergoing surgery, always undergoing like plastic procedures and stuff like that, that's becoming addicted to the knife, getting addicted to being cut up. And it almost seems like you got to be loyal to the knife more than what you're loyal to your vessel. And that is crazy because people don't see that shit. People don't see themselves getting addicted to needles because you don't have to shoot up heroin to be addicted to needles. You're addicted to ink. You're the act of the pain. Like I said, some people use it as emotional relief. Someone would understand the stigma that I'm talking about if you're a tattoo artist. If you're a tattoo artist, you know what I'm talking about because those are your clients. There's no more space to inflict that kind of pain. And there's people that actually like that. I believe that we're going into what is it, PMS, PMSD, or TMI. That one word where people are, they inflict hurt because they like the feeling of pain, or they put their skin into hooks. They go and have like certain sessions where they get themselves hooked up and shit. Now, I'm not encouraging this, but I want you to be really open. If you're watching me, obviously, you know you're watching somebody that fucking has seen and experienced and, you know, been around people that, and sometimes I don't even know where the fuck I get some of the shit from, but it is real. Oh, I get it from bloggers and YouTube, and shout out to YouTube and Google and everything. It's a crazy ass fucking teacher if you allow it to teach you. Hmm. My older brother was the one that introduced me to Vice TV, by the way. Do you think that people subconsciously put themselves in a ritualistic type of form of lifestyle? You know, for someone that's a tattoo artist, you got to really think about it. When you're having your clients on there, you're putting your energy into them, or you're creating a whole map in their body, a spiritual map on them that marks them for life. The same thing I would say for the surgeon. Their life is in your hands. So would be a tattoo artist, because that's going to stick there for a long ass time. It's a different type of alchemy when you're working with the knives. And I'm going to leave that at that.